Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, what I want to talk about is what happens if you and your ex break up and you have a lease and no one finishes paying on the lease. Boy, why are all of these uh, things coming up? And both of you just leave the place, and or one of you left the place. Say the girlfriend left, and then a month or two later the boyfriend ended up leaving, and it was before the lease. What can actually happen? Can they come after you? What are the legal ramifications? Now, a lot of stuff is state by state on what can and can't be done, but I can tell you what I've seen from clients from all different states is that they are going to try to attempt to come after both of you for the debt. Whoever's name is on the lease, they're going to go after that individual 100%. Now, one of the things that some clients have expressed is that they're like, well, the lease was $5,000 and they came after me for 5,000. They came after him for $5,000. What about that? And the reason why they do that is because they're just trying to get the money. But by law, they will not be able to uh, come after you unless for the 100% of it, unless it could be different in different states, but at least here where we're at in Wisconsin, what they would have to do is they would have to split that. I've seen this happen with business owners that had lease. I've seen this happen with girlfriend, boyfriend that had a lease, and husband and wife that had lease and broke up. What they'll end up doing is if you have communications open, a lot of this only works if you're willing to start some type of communication. So you communicate with the management company and you let them know what happened, and you would say that I know we have $5,000 that's owed on this lease, and we broke the lease, but I would accept my portion, which would be $2,500. The other portion would be them. That would be the first thing that you need to get them to go on record for doing, where they'll say, okay, we'll put it in writing that you're 2,500. We'll send a letter to him saying he's $2,500. Now, the next thing that you do is you're looking at because you broke the lease, security deposit isn't going to work for it. But what you want to do is you want to do this: see if they had any fees attached to that wasn't just for the rent of the apartment. So if the $5,000 is just the rent and they took your security deposit because you broke it, and they cleaned up and the security deposit took care of everything, fine. If the security deposit didn't take care of everything and part of that $5,000 is fees for cleaning up, doing all types of stuff that was over your security deposit, then the next thing you want to do is you want to ask them for an audit of everything that was done. So you can make sure that they're just not trying to blow up everything and say that you owe additional money. You have a right to do that. Next thing that you want to do is you want to see when they actually leased out the unit. In most states, in my state here, if they lease out, say that you have a lease and you had 5 months left, but they, after 1 month, they leased it out. They cannot come after you for the entire amount once they leased out that unit. Now, they may have some fees or some type of, uh, you know, uh, some type of fee that they're going to charge for breaking the lease. They might have just some type of small print where they put in there where you got to pay a certain amount, a buyout or something like that. But they cannot, and I've seen this across the board, once they lease out that unit, they cannot charge you the total amount. They can only charge for what they lost in the lease. They cannot charge you to lease and have leased it to someone else. So that's something that you have to pay attention to. Now, some of you may be wondering, like, okay, well, how do I even get this ball rolling? I want to get this off of my credit reports. They had this management company saying that I owe this lease. It's hurting me from being able to rent somewhere else. I need to get this done with. A lot of the times, this is what I see a lot of times is leasing companies, landlords are very used to taking people to court and getting a judgment placed against them, because what they want to do is they want to stop you from being able to lease somewhere else. That's the only way that they can really apply pressure to you. So what usually have to happen is you'll have to, if it's past the court and you lost in got a judgment against you, is that you have to start that process of first submitting the information to the management company or the plaintiff attorney who is representing the landlord, and get them to start going through the processes that I just mentioned earlier in the video. The good thing about it, though, is that usually when it comes to landlords, they are used to not getting any money, so they will usually be very open to doing settlements. Like, they're very open to it because, I mean, they're in the business of renting out to people, and they know that probably of all of the accounts that went bad for them, they probably got paid, I would say, 1% of them. I see this all the time when I review reports where people had this type of trouble. They hadn't paid the landlord anything. Even with my business customers, I've seen that same thing happen where they leased out a space, say the business went bad, and they have a lease with the commercial business building owner, and they didn't pay it, and they take them to court, get a judgment against them because they made them personally sign for the lease. Even looking at that, most commercial landlords don't even get the money. So they are very, very open to doing that. Whenever we've submitted to management companies or plaintiff attorneys for landlords, they are always open to hearing at least what amount or some type of payment arrangement or something to be able to resolve the issue. And if you need to rent and want to be able to rent in a place that is very safe for your family, where you don't get taken advantage of by slumlords, get taken advantage of by abusive management companies, this is something that you should make a priority to deal with, because it'll allow you to be able to move forward. And once you have that information removed from your credit reports, and you get it removed from uh, 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 any reporting agency that deals with landlords, because they do have within the cities, there's always these landlord groups where they will do a report for themselves to tell each other about tenants that everybody should watch out for. So you want to make sure that you resolve that, because if you do that, you'll get taken off of those lists, and you can demand that you get taken off of those lists, and they will do it because they don't want, they want to get the money. That's the number one thing they want to get, and they're not used to usually getting paid when stuff like that happens from uh, those. I'm getting mixed up because I got a million texts coming in. Um, they're not usually uh, used to getting people that want to pay or settle those debts that are made from evictions. So I'm going to end the video here. Uh, this is a good one. If you need to, you need to rewatch it again so you can know the exact process that you need to go through to be able to get an eviction, number one eviction dealt with and then removed. And that's the process that you should always do, is you try to contact them, see what's going on. You never know, the management company could have went out of business, landlord could have passed away, anything, and then you can deal with it that way, where you can get it removed because they're not responsive. All right, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Please, if you need help with your credit, please go to thecreditrepairshop.com. If you need your reports and scores, because everything starts there. Go to the number 3scores.com. I'd really appreciate that. If you need any of my resource links, debt validation, cease and desist collection activities, those resource links are below this video. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. Thank you.